Good evening YouTube. Got a few up and coming videos to get sorted, need to do a bit of editing, finish the projects. I'm just going to do a couple of quick openings or unboxings this evening. I've had a few deliveries in. First thing we're going to have a look at is this box, the Baofeng Professional Quality User Friendly Design. Doesn't actually say what it is. Features long communication range, scrambler, noise reduction circuitry, long standby time, battery save.ctcsss.dcs, high capability lithium ion battery. It's a bit weird, I'd have thought it should say high capacity, but high capability, FM radio, digital signal processing system. Fantastic. Let's get inside the box and see what we've got. There we go, that's quite a bit in there. So we've got a user manual, that's always nice to have. VHF, UHF, FM transceivers. User manual CTCSS/DCS. So that means something, I'm not sure what it means. It also says on here it's got a high illumination flashlight, scrambler noise reduction circuit, emergency alarm call, FM radio receiving alarm call, high capability lithium battery, high capability again, reporting number command, of English and Chinese function, humanized design. What does humanized design mean? Okay. Oh, that's nice. Thank you. Thank you for choosing our transceiver. They believe it's easy to use, provide dependable and cost-effective communications for you. Ah-dee-da-dee-dee. It's got quality features. Says please read the manual. Let's go to the next page. What have we got? Refer service to qualified technicians only. Keep the transceiver out of dust, water and moisture. Okay, got a parts list. Great. So I should have antenna, hand strap, charger, battery, belt clip. Let's have a look at what we've got then. So first thing I've picked up is not on the parts list. It is an earpiece. So they could have possibly put earpiece down here. Have a look at this earpiece. That's quite nice, isn't it? It's got a moulded plug on it here. Let's see if we can get that to stay back there. Nice moulded plug. Oh, a little kind of call button with a microphone, a clip, and an earpiece that doesn't look too comfortable. If you can even... Oh, actually it's really good. It fits in the ear quite nicely. It hooks on there and it doesn't feel like it's going anywhere. I feel a bit like some sort of bodyguard or something. It's nice. A bouncer. Security. Secret service. That's nice. I like that. So that just kind of pops in your ear and this bit clips around the back and it stays there. It's kind of got a little sprung suspension. Very nice. Moulded. Guess that wire should be tucked in there. Okay. Next thing we've got is an antenna. That is on the book there. And we've got hand straps. Yeah, we've got some hand straps. What's this? The charger. Now this is interesting. I thought I was getting a charger with a USB port on it. I've had a quick look back on the interweb. It does appear that these walkie-talkies come with USB connectors on the end of here, but the particular version I got for a couple of pence less without realising has a mains plug on it. It is one of these well put together Chinese main plugs. It says 13 amps, but note the single insulation on these wires here should really be double insulated. Let's have a look inside the plug. See whether I'd actually be happy to leave this thing plugged in. Plastic earth pin, which we shouldn't really have. These are shrouded for safety. They don't feel too flimsy. They do move in and out. That's interesting. In here you can actually see the machining path from where the mould for this was CNC'd. The earth pin is plastic and pops out. And they put a very nice British standard 1362 13 amp fuse in here. It looks like 13. It's 13 amp. Why there's a 13 amp fuse in here, I've got no idea. A 1 or a 3 amp would suffice. It says here, fitted with 3 amp fuse. That is definitely that's a 13 amp fuse. If these are going through portable appliance testing, the safety tester should rip those fuses out and put the lowest available fuse they've got in there. I would think that they wouldn't pass a pack test anyway because of this single shrouding. I do believe it should be double shrouded or have a double insulation barrier on there for safety. On the back of here it doesn't suggest whether it's a class 1 or a class 2 type charger. It's definitely not class 1 because it doesn't have an earth pin. It should suggest it on the back there. Okay, it's pass quality assurance. It will put 5 volts at 500 milliamps out. So in 110 to 240, out 5 volts. Possibly what I'll do then is actually have a go at converting one of these chargers to take a USB port and chop this mains off because I really wanted them to charge on USB. So if there is no charge protection in here, I can probably put a USB straight in there with a bit of a current limiting circuit. So I'll look into that. What else? Another aerial, another one of these. Should I double check to see if it's got 13 amp in it? Oh, I can't see there. It says fitted with a 3 amp. I do want to check it because there's wires hanging out in there. I don't really want them setting fire. No, they're quite tight. It is a 13 amp fuse in there again, so a bit overkill. That's enough to power your kettle or your cooker or that sort of thing. Toaster. Shouldn't be taking that kind of power. And I reckon that these wires here would literally explode into fire before they blew a 13 amp fuse. I might be wrong. I'm not going to try it out. Another earpiece. And here we get to the radios themselves. Let's see what these are like. Nice crunchy plastic bag. Metal plate in the back. It says power is 5 watts. Below 5 watts. Frequency is 400 to 470 megahertz. I wonder if I'll pick anything up on these around here. They don't look too bad. A clicky knob, button. Now I'm guessing it's always best to have the antenna plugged in before we power these radios up. It might be alright, but it could be that if they're not loaded with the antenna, they can actually blow the drive circuitry, certainly with the higher frequency stuff in the gigahertz range. Just to be on the safe side, I'll put them in anyway. 2 radios. What have I got here? Lithium ion battery. This must be the high capability one. 1500 milliamp hours. I have some reservations about whether they are 1500 milliamp hours. Be interesting to put them through a battery analyzer, see what they come out at. Might do that. 500 milliamps charge, should take 3 hours charge. And then finally we've got a clip. Where does the clip go? Oh, I must have to screw that on the back there, so I'd actually have to unscrew these using a little posi drive. Or Phillips, not sure which one. Posi or Phillips. So, they feel like they're made from quite a nice robust plastic actually. This is metal shielding here. I don't know if that's for a heat sink or to try and channel the radio frequency. Not entirely sure. What happens here? That bit comes off the back. Do I just put that straight on? It needs the plastic on top, doesn't it? And then we would also put our wrist strap through there. Oh. Now they say you shouldn't use magnetic screwdrivers, but it does make it easier to get these screws in. If it was a real bit of trouble, I could put a bit of blue tack on there. Just hold it on, but that's gone on no problem. And oh, that's quite an aggressive clip. Yeah, like a mouse trap. Let's check that I can get the battery on there. Okay, let's turn it on.
Power on. 11.
What? It talks. It actually talks.
Power on. 11.
Have what? Have what?
Power on. 11.
Not an N. Whoa. So I didn't know it was going to talk. At no point did they say there was voice built into these things. Well, don't really know whether it was about to say I've got no battery or what it was going to say.
Power on. 1. 3, 2, 1. 10, 11, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That's interesting, that. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. 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 Ah. Test. Whoa. Testing. Testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So, yeah, that's interesting. They've got like a built-in voice. Oh, I missed this little foam piece for the ear here. I've had a quick look at the manual and I believe that Vox is a voice activated device. So you plug in this earpiece here into the side. That kind of goes in under this rubberized part, which should keep the water out. Oh, and once you've plugged that in, I think you've got auto Vox, or there's a way of setting it into Vox. What do these buttons do? Oh, there is a torch. There is a torch built in. So I wasn't lying. Little torch built in there. And it flashes. What's this one do? Hello? 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 Oh, it's like a monitor. You can actually monitor. I wonder if there's a scan mode or anything. I'll have to look that up. So there's a few settings that I can have a look into, see what is happening there. Let's have a look. Power switch, channel selector, push to talk button, E-monitor, press and hold, squelch off to hear the background noise. Release to return to normal operation. So we actually have to hold down the E key, which is this one. Nothing going on there. Function key, F. Press to activate the torch function. Yeah, G is those inputs. Operation switch, turn that around there, adjust the volume, select the channel, there's 16 channels. To transmit, you press that button, the PTT. The LED is red continuously. Squelch, the purpose of squelch is to mute the speaker when no signals are present. Squelch off. With the squelch level correctly set, you will hear sound only while receiving signals. Squelch on. The squelch level can be adjusted via program software, but it doesn't tell you how this is the case. There doesn't seem to be like a USB port or anything on here. Would have thought there might be, but there doesn't seem to be. Scan. Scan is useful function for hands-off monitoring. Here come the helicopters, they might pick me up. When transceiver is set as scan via software, turn the channel, select channel 16. One, transceiver stops scanning at the frequency or memory channel where the signal is detected. it then continues or stops scanning. If there are less than 2 channels, it cannot scan. On channel 16, press PTT and monitor key. It will turn on the scan or turn off the scan. So let's try that then. The monitor key, well, that's E and the PTT. So let's go to channel 16.
10, 16.
16, and we're going to press this one and that one now. No. How do I know whether it's on? If the FM radio function is active, it can't do it.
15, 16.
Was that scanning? So it says you do stuff in software, but nowhere here does it say what software is. Put the jack in, do that, do this. So yeah, I've got no idea how you do this in software. It says it won't work if it's in radio mode. Let's try holding these and turning it on.
Off. Power on. 16.
No. So I don't know about that one. Monitor. When you're receiving no signal present, the squelch function can mute the speaker. Battery low alert. So there's some other stuff here. We've got a channel lockout. It's done again with program software on every channel. When active, the BCL prevents you from interfering with other parties who may be using the same channel. Pressing PTT switch while the channel is in use will cause your transceiver to emit an alert tone and transmission will be inhibited. Sounds interesting, not? Continuous tone coded squelch system. Digital coded squelch. You may sometimes want to hear calls from only specific persons or groups. In this case, a sensitive call which allows you to ignore unwanted calls from other persons who are using the same frequency. CT, CSS or DCS is a subaudible tone and is selectable from among the 39 to 83 tone frequency listed. I've not seen anything listed anywhere. CT, CSS and DCS do not cause your conversation to be private and scrambled. It only relieves you from listening to unwanted conversations. Can't see anything here about scrambling. It said it does scramble, but I can't find anything about scramble anywhere. So that's it really. There we go. Gonna have to do a bit more research to find out what this software mode is that will actually allow me to enable and disable some of the other features on here. The other thing I'd like to, I think it says they've got a range up to about 5 kilometers. So we're going to do a little test run and actually see just how far the range is on these. That will be a bit of fun. Okay, this is the view from our kind of upstairs lounge window here. You can see out there to a hill. There is a monument on the hill just there at the end of my finger. And I reckon from there to here must be at least a mile and a half. So what I plan to do when I've got someone here to help me, because I've got no one else here right at this moment, I will drive out to that monument while my other half sits here on her backside having a cup of tea, and I will radio in and see just how far I can get. Here's an interesting one. I was just going to plug them in to charge them up so that we've got enough power for that test later. Something on bad charger design. Plug that in. The light comes on green showing it's fully charged, but it's not actually plugged in. I'm pretty sure we shouldn't be feeding power back into the charger, flattening the battery out. Let's check the other one. Oh yeah, that one lights up too, green, showing it's fully charged. Charger's not even plugged in, so it will fully discharge into the charger eventually. I wonder how many milliamps is charging off into there, whether it's going to get hot. I would then hope that there's some sort of protection circuit in this battery pack. It is moulded, so I'm not going to be able to look in there. Does that pop off? Shouldn't have popped off, I just ripped it off. There is a catch, but I actually just kind of slid it off there. One of the nice little things they thought about this is you can actually put the battery in the charger without the walkie-talkie attached to it. So if you've got spare batteries, you could charge them, put one in and put one back on the walkie-talkie, which is nice. Some of the others I've seen, you have to have the walkie-talkie and the battery in at the same time. But I really hate this green LED lighting up without it being plugged in to charge. Great. Let's actually see what happens if we plug them into charge. So we'll plug this into the mains and hope for the best. Don't really want to be holding this poorly insulated wire when I do that. And now they light up red, so now it is charging. But if you unplug it, it's charged. I think I'll want to have a look inside these chargers because I'm not too happy with that. Let me unplug this one and open it. Definitely unplugged. The green means it's unplugged. There is one screw hidden under the quality assurance sticker. Let's undo the one screw. And then it does seem to be pretty well pressed together as well. Let's get something in there. Oh, they're not glued or moulded together as well, are they? In the case. Oh, there we go. We popped that. Open that. Broke all the bits off. And we got an interesting little circuit here. So the mains come straight in. Yeah. Is there any large caps here? Goes through possibly an inductor. Looking at the colour code on that, there's one brown, black, gold, gold. I believe it's probably an inductor on the neutral. On the live, I don't know what we've got there. Little rectifier. Don't know what that is. Too small. It's labelled MB10M plus minus. It looks like a type of diode. Yeah, it's a little diode. What size is this capacitor here? This capacitor is 400 volts. Is there anything on it? No residual charge there, so I can tell. That would be the one that will give you the big shock. Another diode, and maybe a capacitor. So, there is a little transformer here. There is some high to low voltage isolation here, and how is that put across? There is, looks like possibly a little opto isolator there, a little capacitor. No. So what is it that gets the power over? You got your little opto isolator, little diode. It's showing there is a diode there, plus and minus. There should be a diode. It's a little signal diode. Yeah, I mean they put a bit of work into that. There's obviously some logic and some design to the circuit. There is a little bit of isolation there, but I'm still not happy with the fact that when you plug in the battery, or the device. Let's do that. Your LED comes on. Is it just the power going to the LED, or does the power go further back through the circuit? The opto isolator, I believe it might be a diode. I'd have to look some of these up. Got a 1/4 watt resistor here. We've got our smaller resistors over here. Yeah, not too happy about that. I think I might just chop that out and put a USB cable in here and put a resistor in that will limit the current to about 500 milliamps, which should be fine to charge that battery. But at the moment we just want to get those batteries charged. To be honest, the size of these tiny little wires that come in from the main side with a 13 amp fuse on, tiny little hair wires, they'll literally break if you sneezed on them. Not happy about that. There goes through an inductor to here. Some of this for 240 volts at 13 amps through there. It's very close together. Very close. Can you see how close that is? And there is an isolation there to separate the high voltage from the low voltage. High voltage on this side, low voltage on that side. But it's not good. Okay, I've got to just about half a mile now. So are you still receiving me?
I am, but you're getting a little bit quieter.
You could try turning the volume up.
I'll try that then.
Okay, I'll check back in about half a mile. Okay, I've pulled in about 1.5 miles away now. You still receiving us?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Oh yeah, sounds pretty good. I'll go about another half a mile or so now, give you another bell.
Okie dokie.
Okay, we're about 3 miles away now.
Getting a lot more fuzzy.
Certainly is, but I think 3 miles is over 5 kilometres, which is the range. But I'll have to check on Google Earth the exact distance from you, where I am now.